In today's Legal on 4 segment, preventing elder abuse. Seniors are ripped off to the tune of $2.6 billion each year. And like all forms of elder abuse and neglect, this crime is believed to be substantially underreported. Our legal contributor, Craig Wisnom, joins us now. And Craig, unlike physical abuse where you can see the marks, the scars, financial abuse leaves no scars behind.
Exactly.
Visible ones, anyway.
No visible scars. And the fact is, although we like to maybe think that whoever is doing this is the evil person twiddling their black mustache, it's a lot of times people driven into these crimes by desperation and rationalization.
And isn't it true that a lot of times it's family members and caregivers?
Unfortunately, you see this done by family members, caregivers, neighbors, strangers, professionals, attorneys, CPAs. It can happen from anyone who sees this, you know, when they're in a time of desperate financial need and they see something they think they can get away with. They rationalize that this person might not need it, and they go ahead, and it's a slippery slope to committing this crime.
And this kind of economy is kind of ripe for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Some people who think they have no other way out than to take advantage of someone else.
Yeah, let's talk about the red flags of financial abuse. What should you be looking for if you're the relative of a person whose estate might be managed or something like that?
Well, anything from keeping track of, you know, strange phone calls coming in when you're in the house, or strange mail coming in from sources that looked like it might be one of these kind of mass market exploiters, people taking advantage that way. On a personal note, if they have an ATM card but they don't get out and you see, you know,
activity on it.
Exactly, bank statements showing up with withdrawals from that. Significant amounts of checks made out to cash, checks made out to caregivers or friends or neighbors that don't really seem appropriate.
Changes in the will.
Exactly. If you see that, if you see, you know, especially someone taking advantage under a power of attorney or something like that as well. Unfortunately, elderly people are kind of unwilling to report this kind of stuff because it's embarrassing. There are so many sensitive areas to this issue, and normally the exact components that make them vulnerable are the same thing that make it very hard to you know, admit to yourself that someone might have taken advantage. But the fact is, this could happen to any of us, and a lot of times it's people that are just put in a situation. There are a lot of laws put into place to protect what we call the vulnerable adult, and it doesn't mean you're incompetent or you're incapacitated. It just means that mentally or even physically or even the circumstances are such that it's easier for someone to take advantage. Arizona cases have found that just because someone can't drive, that leaves them very dependent on the people around them, and when people start demanding gifts or a new car or things like that, things can be done that are, in fact, exploitation. All
right, thank you very much, Craig. And if you want to report neglect, abuse, or exploitation of a vulnerable adult, just go to our webpage, KVOA.com. We have put a link there to a phone number that you can call to report any of this. Thank you so much, Craig. Appreciate it. When we come back on News